Good evening, everybody. I must say I'm looking forward to this. Yoga is misunderstood a lot. Yoga is applying what you learned here in your daily life. In other words, I thought, why don't I talk about yoga in action? You learn yoga, what good is it? You feel better, you have a lot of good feelings, but what is this yoga? What's it meant to do? How can it really help you with your daily life? And so I thought I'd talk about yoga in action, yoga applied. And so that's our project. Tonight we start with the very basis of the whole idea that yoga is beneficial and will help you in every area of your life. And so I'm calling it harmony power. You know, when you find harmony and establish harmony, that is a position of power and strength and connection with a universal awareness that will help you with your life. We have to get harmonious if we want to experience yoga moving in our life and making it a better life and a richer life and blessing the people in your home and people on the planet, all 7 point some of us, 7 point some billion of us. So that's what we're about. Yoga in application, yoga in your life, doing good for you all the time, helping you out all the time, inspiring you. When I studied mysticism as my main focus, the kids were taught there's little me and big me. Little me lives inside the skin, and big me goes outside my skin, way, way, way far, vastly out there. We have a localized self in our skin, and we have a vast self. And it's important to know both the local little me and the vast me. Yoga says the same thing. You have a localized consciousness, but don't stay just local. Also be global. Let your awareness rush out. It's a little vague, this energy and consciousness that's surrounding you and is very, very vast, but you do get to know it, and you get to find that there's a vast consciousness, a vast part of you that's there to help you with your daily life. And there are so many wonderful themes in yoga. I'd like to just sing some chants that are about this, just to make it clear. It's important for you to experience the me inside here that wants to feel better, that wants to shed tension and turbulence. That's an important part of you, the little me inside your skin. But it's also important to experience the me that is far-ranging and happy and fulfilled and magnificent. It's important to experience that part too. The idea is, we hope that you will find you got both little me and big me, and let them both work for you. Now, toward that end, there are some songs that just sing about what this is. So, what do you think this means? What do you think it's about? I am the bubble, make me the sea. I'm this little bubble of consciousness, make me also aware of this vast sea of consciousness. That's what it means. So we'll sing it and we'll try to get into that mood. We're striving to be aware we're not only little frightened creatures, we are vast imperial beings. Oh, and the so do thou, my Lord. Think of the Lord of your heart, or think of this vast self as the Lord when you sing that word. Thou and I never apart. Wave of the sea, dissolve in the sea. Wave of the sea, dissolve in the sea. Individual wave of the sea, sense your infinitude. As the wave goes down into the sea, there's this vastness. Then it rises up as a focal point of the sea, an individual little wave, and then it goes back down into this vastness. We're trying to get a sense of what on earth these yogis and mystics have been talking about for thousands of years, that they're not just doing poetry. They're describing states of consciousness that are available to human beings, like you and me. I am the bubble, make me the sea. I am the bubble, make me the sea. Make me the sea, oh, make me the sea. Make me the sea, oh, make me the sea. Wave of the sea, me the sea.
Make me the sea, oh, make me the sea.
Wave of the sea, it is all in the sea.
Wave of the sea, it's all in the sea.
I am the bubble, make me the sea.
I am the bubble, make me the sea.
Make me the sea, oh, make me the sea.
Make me the sea, oh, make me the sea.
Wave of the sea, it is all in the sea.
Wave of the sea, it's all in the sea.
I am the bubble, make me the sea.
I am the bubble, make me the sea.
Make me the sea, oh, make me the sea.
Make me the sea, oh, make me the sea.
Wave of the sea, it is all in the sea.
Wave of the sea, it's all in the sea.
I am the bubble, make me the sea.
I am the bubble, make me the sea.
So do thou, my Lord.
So do thou, my Lord.
Thou and I never apart.
Thou and I never apart.
Wave of the sea, it is all in the sea.
Wave of the sea, it's all in the sea.
I am the bubble, make me the sea.
I am the bubble, make me the sea.
Make me the sea, oh, make me the sea.
Make me the sea, oh, make me the sea.
Wave of the sea, it is all in the sea.
Wave of the sea, it's all in the sea.
I am the bubble, make me 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 the sea.
Float off into meditation for a few minutes. All right, that's very good. So that's that powerful theme about little me and big me. All right. So bear this whole opening idea in mind. The main definition of yoga is the harmony, notice that word harmony, of body, mind, and spirit, this inner wonderful essence or life within us. Yoga is the harmony of body, mind, and spirit. That's part one. And the second part of the definition is, and harmony between you and the universe. Harmony between you and this vastness in which you live. And you don't do yoga until you're doing both parts, until you're aware of little me and big me, and they're interplaying beautifully. So, how do we experience this harmony? There are so many beautiful ways to experience this harmony, but we try to, through yoga, establish this harmony at the different levels of our being. We strive to physically shed the tension and turbulence out of our body. That's one of the main things we do. We stretch, we tense and relax, we do all kinds of wonderful practices. And then shedding tension and turbulence is half the battle toward this state of harmony that benefits you so richly. And then the other part is to cultivate harmony. Practice appreciating harmony, enjoy beautiful music, enjoy harmony anywhere you see it or find it, and cultivate it. Let it stay longer. And there are all kinds of wonderful things yogis learn to cultivate harmony. At the physical level, you do lots of postures and deep relaxation. So that's a physical way to shed the tension and turbulence and cultivate harmony. At a pranic level, prana meaning your life force, you do all kinds of breath practices to bring your life force into harmony and balance. And that's a wonderful thing to know and practice every day. Mentally, how are you doing? Mentally, we tend to have a lot of choices. We can think about things that bug us, or various insults from present and past. We can spend our time worrying, fearing, pining. Just mentally, what are you doing in there? It's important to have harmony going on in there among your thoughts. Think thoughts that encourage harmony, appreciate harmony. Think thoughts that will help the rest of your thoughts to get in line with the harmony that's going on. So you practice with your mind having the thoughts that make you a happier person and a more fulfilled person. You don't just let your mind do its own thing and wander all over the place and disturb your life, disturb your peace. Similarly, emotionally, it's important to look at your feelings and say, what am I feeling most of the time? Maybe I need to do some yoga so I can have better feelings about life and me and where I'm going with life. It's important to work with your emotions. Your powerful feelings can really help, especially when your feeling is one of harmony. And then egoically, you never meet a selfish yogi, because if the person's a yogi, if they are a yogi, if they realize yoga, they're not self-centered. They can't be. Or they're centered in the great self, if you want to say. You just have to be concerned about other people and life that other people are living and their rights and their needs, not just what you want. You can't do that and be a yogi. So your ego state, your sense of who you are, your feeling, your awareness of who you are, is harmonious or not. Very often, I'm all alone and I'm struggling to make it, and I'm in conflict with all kinds of other people who are self-preoccupied and struggling to make it too. And so it's this grand race or conflict that won't do if you want to be happy and if you want to have these inner resources expressing in your life. So those are the main areas to consider. Is there harmony here or not? Physically, chronically, your energy, mentally, emotionally, and in terms of your sense of who you are. Are you here to further life for everybody? Or are you here fighting to survive and people are enemies? Or maybe you make alliances, and your alliance is against other alliances. Okay, so I made a list, because there's so many nice things to say in yoga, made a list of how you can experience harmony and work with it and let it grow and develop. Here we go. How to experience harmony. And if you just get into these, you'll find I can establish harmony in my consciousness right now. And I'm not in a harmonious state, why don't I get in one? So mindful breathing, you watch the breath come and go. People in Silicon Valley, they've done enough. They're doing mindful breathing now. And it's really good. Take a little tiny piece of yoga and get everybody in Silicon Valley to do it and start a movement. Mindful breathing. That is, you'll come into a marvelous sense of well-being and not being in conflict And you'll sense this vast self as well as this little self if you put your mind at the gateway of the nostrils right here and just throw out the breath and watch the breath come and go. Just pay attention to that. There's thousands of other things you could pay attention to. You're going to pay attention to the life moving in your nostrils. When you do this, you easily get, in just a couple minutes, maybe more, a sense of this marvelous state of being in harmony. Yoga is harmony of body, mind, and spirit, and harmony between yourself and others and this universe that we have. So let's just sit comfortably and inhale deeply, throw out the breath, put your mind on the rims of your nostrils and watch the breath come in and go out. That's all you have to do. I'm here to just watch my breath. And I guess if I do, I might enter into a state of harmony. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to your nostrils and pay attention again. If it wanders away again, just bring it back. Just give it a chance to be aware of the movement of the breath. Breathe softly. Don't breathe so loud that other people can hear you. You want a very soft breath to sense this harmony. And now just forget about the breath. If you can, sense a state of harmony. If not, do it longer next time. This was just a couple of minutes. Just enjoy your state as a result of watching the breath. Very good. There's a nice sound inside your ears that is soothing to listen to and very often gives you a sense of harmony. These are ear flaps called trachea, right there. And if I just close them and just relax, very often I'll find a soothing sound going on in there that gives me a sense of harmony. So let's close our ear flaps for a minute or two and just enjoy. Probably, if it's not pleasant in there, don't do it. But just try it. It probably is very pleasant. Just close your ear flaps and just enjoy the inner sounds. All right, everybody, just relax your arms and just enjoy, if there's a state of harmony going on or peace, just enjoy it for a minute or two. Okay, so that's something you can do if you want some harmony. The word Om is one of the most harmonizing words you can sing. To just, maybe just thinking it once, the room gets full of harmony. You want to get that good. You want to be able to just think the word Om and have harmony fill the space you're in. But we'll do it out loud now, but you can even do it silently and find it works. So we're going to chant the word Om, back of the throat, all the way through the vocal apparatus, ending up on the lips. By the time we get to we just feel it fade off into infinity. Just feel like you're letting go of it. It goes off to the horizon. So the word Om is a yoga word. We love this word. And anytime you want some harmony, chant the word Om. Let me try to chant it for you. So I'm just at the back of my throat, and I just bring it all the way through my mouth, throat and mouth, ending up on and the fades off. The is about a third of the length of the chant. So I just start back here. And it just fills the room with harmony. Fills you with harmony, with a little practice. So let's do it together. Okay, so just at the back of your throat, and it just takes practice, but the idea is, what is life without harmony? It's kind of chaotic and painful, frustrating. Cultivate harmony, your life becomes so rich, and all kinds of other things from your greater self become available to you. So it's worth learning to chant Om and do some practices to get this thing going. Okay, so we're going to inhale, then we're going to chant Om once to see if we got it right. And then we're going to chant it again and just let it go and just enjoy the state of harmony. So one for practice, and the second one, just enjoy the sense of harmony you develop. Are you ready? Does anybody not understand what I just said? Okay. These walls, this roof, it's all so beautiful. Okay, inhale. We'll do it on the same note. Well, that was awfully good, and you've revealed yourselves as not beginners. Well, of course, some of you have been at it for decades, but we're doing this. This class is not an advanced class. I don't try to make these classes advanced. I try to make them very basic for the love of humanity, to help all humanity with these very wonderful basic principles. So that was very good. You did that almost too well, which is very nice. It's very gratifying. Okay, now we're going to do one and let it just establish a state of harmony in us. Okay, inhale. That's awfully good. Okay, so there's one more that you might chant. You use just part of the Om. You don't do the whole Om sound. It's Om Ra Ma Om. And you might prefer it. You might find it more powerful for establishing harmony. Om Ra Ma Om. And you change the notes. So I'm going to chant it for you and try this one out. See how you like it. Om Ra Ma together. Let's do a few and then just be quiet. Quick for a few. Inhale. Again. Three more times. Inhale. Inhale. And we'll do this as the last one and then just go into your state of harmony. Just kind of enjoy what we're talking about. Once more. Inhale. Awfully good. Wouldn't it be easy to now sit and meditate for 15, 20 minutes? Wouldn't that be easy as pie? Yeah, see? It doesn't have to be hard to meditate. You could kind of deal with a lot of the tension and turbulence just by chanting or doing any of these. Okay, let's... Here's a cute one. Buddhists suggest live with a half smile. Just educate your lips to be slightly up. And it'll influence the brain to give you a little more good juice. They talk about various things you release in the brain with a half smile. Just think of your face and put a half smile on it. It's a secret smile. Lips just slightly up in the corners, on the ends. And just look around and maintain your life with a half smile. And you'll find it tends to induce a state of harmony. So go ahead, just play with it. Just do your little half smiles. It's a secret. You're happy. That's your secret, you know. You know your outer self, you know your inner self, you know. You've got a lot to smile about. Just play with a little half smile. And when you go to bed at night, just kind of have a half smile. Drift off into sleep. When you're agitated, get that half smile going again. Little half smile. Get a picture of you. Look in the mirror when you look that way. You look kind of beatific, you know. And just look at you. If you look ridiculous, you're doing it wrong. Or if you look ridiculous, you got the wrong face. You know? There's another one that's so beautiful, but I was practicing this because I thought they're going to knock one another down, but I figured out a way. And it's, you put your feet, don't do it yet, let me just show you. Feet about a foot apart, parallel, and it's called swing arms, and you just swing your arms. Now, you can swing them up like this, but not tonight. And then you can actually pivot, you know, helps the hips, or you could swing wider, you know, like that. But you can do this at your home. The thing is, you just start out with just swinging your arms. It helps your whole being, especially the physical part, but it helps prana and all kinds of wonderful levels of your being. It just sends harmony. And you'd like to stand anyway, wouldn't you? So let's do swing arms without hitting anybody. If you're just getting low, you can do it. Okay. So now the idea, once again, is you can do this, and soon you'll feel a sense of harmony. And you can abide in that harmony, and you can renew it anytime you want. So just swing arms. Doesn't that feel good? You can do it with eyes open. I suggest eyes closed at first, and then you can just open your eyes and just enjoy this nice mood you got going as you move about in this physical world. Okay, then just gently go still and stand there and enjoy the harmony you're cultivating. Very nice. Okay, make yourselves comfortable. What else we got here on this list? Oh, yeah. Stillness to movement. Be still before you get into physical activity. Just relax and be still. And then, from that sense of harmony, do various actions, Move about the planet, having been still and centered. Then move. You'll find just that moment of stillness that you consciously do before you move will help your movements to be smooth and more coordinated and skillful and aware. So just enjoy stillness. And also, the yogis go one more. When you're moving, just enjoy this idea of moving in a state of harmony, and then relax into stillness again. From stillness into movement, and from movement back into stillness. I don't know if we can prove that here. I'd just like you to practice it. Just enjoy the idea of be still, then move. And when you're moving, go back into beautiful centered stillness. Back and forth. Get used to that dance of life.